So goes to nutrition for running, and that's one of the things we'll talk about today. I'm not covering weight loss as much, but it's going to be a part of it because one of the things that we're trying to do is to get you to get the best value for your nutrition at the same time reach the goals you have, is being performing better, running faster, recovering better, or losing weight, or all the above. So the idea is to try to understand what is that you ingest and how do you burn what you ingest, and what you need to fuel your body so you can perform, and what you need to repair the body from exercise. And that's the important part, okay? Because as we learn, the more you do cardiovascular exercise only, the more you start losing the muscle mass that stabilizes you for strength, and that's a great part of the nutrition as well. So, and that's what things we're going to talk about. So, basically, you're trying to, get a balance for your best performance, your goals, and best health. That's what we're trying to do. So, we talk a lot about balanced diet. What is a balanced diet? It's very hard to believe that nowadays in this society we don't have enough of everything we need. Seriously. Okay. Oh, everybody needs vitamin D3. Yeah, that might be true. Okay, but in reality, we're over fat, and that's one of the things that we're struggling with. So how much is too much, and what is that we really need? So they talk about a balance between carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. We heard that many times. Food pyramid is being around for a while, and that's what they advocate, to get percentage carbohydrates for you so you can have energy, protein so you can repair the body, and fats. What is the most important part of fat intake that you need? Why do you need fat intake? Anybody?
Healthy oils.
Yeah, but why do you need them? What do you do with them?
Helps you with absorb vitamins.
Well, vitamins are basic. Some fat-soluble vitamins are very important, and vitamins works with the rest of the foods to make the cells work. But one of the things that people don't realize, all your hormones are made of fat. Okay, so you have to have the backbone of cholesterol, which is the backbone of most of hormones. So when somebody goes really in a low-fat diet, they can really throw off their hormonal balance, off, and that's something to remember. Second, if you didn't realize that from basic biology, is that your fat, your cell covering, so the covering around your cells are basically a layer of fat that isolates from the water, from the rest of the body. Okay. And things cannot cross the fat barrier, cannot cross the cell membrane, because they bounce into the fat layer. Okay, so they have those little proteins which that we call channels to allow things to go in and out of the cell selectively. Okay, so that's one of the main reasons, and goes back to what you mentioned in it. What you want to ingest in terms of fat are good oils. So those oils will be ready for the body to use. Okay. So that's just important. We have to understand where those oils coming from. So what and goes back to a basic metabolic rate. Does anybody understand what that is? Basic metabolic rate is basically your body burning calories while you're at rest. Okay, so that is actually your highest amount of calorie burn to the day is your basic metabolic rate. How do you change your basic metabolic rate? How do you burn more calories without exercise?
Muscle mass.
Increased muscle mass, right? So, and another thing about muscle that is interesting is that muscle is the main reservoir of glycogen in terms of sugars, in glucose. Okay, so when you increase muscle mass, you have more places to store energy ready to burn. And by increasing muscle mass, you increase your metabolic rate, you decrease your chance as become diabetic later in life, and that's one thing that we try to do. And just by being resting, you burn more. But also when you exercise with higher muscle mass, you actually burn more. You have a bigger engine to burn with. Okay, so that's the important part there. So if you have a base metabolic rate and then you add exercise to it, how much exercise actually add to your total caloric burn to the day? All depends on how much you do, right? So in average, let's put some numbers there. For you to walk a mile, you burn 100 calories. For you to run a mile, the same thing. You just do a little faster. Okay? So if you think about it, if a can of pop is about what? 280 calories? So that's what you have to burn. Okay, so you're gonna have to burn close to 3 miles to burn that, can of Coke or soda, whatever. Okay, so if you think about it, you can, if you're thinking about decreasing, percentage of fat in your body, basically, nutrition is the main one. Okay, look at your caloric intake and go from there. Okay, but be selective.